Hello ladies, and welcome to a completely different type of video. We are renovating Evangeline's room. She's gonna be just shy of 2 once baby Kingsley is born. So a few months after baby Kingsley's born, we're gonna be moving her up into our toddler room, but it needs some work. It's been our guest bedroom that's been very rarely used. Really, it's our quarantine bedroom for like when one of us gets sick, they go sleep up there. So very lightly used and not kid friendly, obviously. So I am going to take you through all of our renovations and additions for her little room. The first thing that we decided to do was give it a fresh coat of paint. So I'll show you the before and after. As you can see, this room has an accent wall with these bold colors of paint mixed in with the wood, and then kind of these gray tones for the other walls. While I love the style of the accent wall, I didn't love the colors. I think the bold colors clash just a little bit with the very soft tone of the wall, and I wanted to mix it up a little bit. And while you can't see it here on camera, the trim and the closet doors really could use a fresh coat of paint. I decided to go with this softer tone palette with kind of a peach color, a kind of slate blue, and a very calm green color. And I kept the gray tones that were already there in the wall and brought them in to the accent wall.
Hello and welcome to the first and only edition of Don't Try This at Home, It's Dangerous, so get Dad to do it. Today's subject, relatively easy, potentially deadly. Outlet, painted over multiple times by previous owner. Clean up the room, it no longer works. You need something that looks nicer. So I'm just going to be swapping out, yes, all 12 or 15 of them on the second floor of this house during the course of the day while she's off having fun. I have prepared standard tools, high-end light known as iPhone, and Fluke 87.3 multimeter. There we have it. I will put this in the designated position. Outlet there. Yes, the Fluke is on. I have tested this. That's why it's so dark in here, because I have killed damn near half the power to the house because, of course, the electrical box isn't labeled correctly. Standard operating, dead, fine, safe, move. It's relatively easy if you've never done this before. It's, especially when the power's off, you simply remove dead plate. I do have new, and then realize you painted through my screws to make it exceptionally difficult to do things like loosen them. Never paint your outlets. Through the miracle of modern science, my daughter's editing skills, she doesn't like it, she can speed it up. Beautiful. Look at all that wire that's there. They have plugged them into the back into the little holes versus screwing them on. So that makes it easy. Take next little tool. These things are all relatively the same. There's this little slot there. You just stick it in there, jam it down with your thumb, and they pull right out. Open it up, and there it is. Now, hot, neutral, ground. Old outlet. Now if I need a new outlet. I need a new outlet. I wonder if I can find someone to bring me a new outlet. I need a true professional electrician to provide me with my... Hello? Thank you. Okay.
All right, and I am back taking over my channel again to show you the final product. This is what it looks like when it's all done. Nice, fresh, and clean, and level with the wall like it's supposed to be. And more importantly, I guess, not green like some of the outlets were. So there we go. You and me, we're gonna get this done. First things first, come over here. You'll see my parents found this really cute desk that we are going to be using as a changing table temporarily at an estate sale. So it's a Pottery Barn desk, I believe, but they got it so cheap at the estate sale. And then my mother picked out this cushion, this gray cushion, to kind of go with the whole paint color of the wall. Now, the only outstanding thing that I need to do is scrape off these little sticky thingies. So I'm gonna go get a scraper and we're gonna see if we can get that done. Alright, so I finished up. You can see they didn't come off all the way. There's still like a little bit of residue there. So I was talking with Mama Kay, my mom, about what to do about this. And I think we'll do what they did, which was they had corkboard up there. And I'm fine with that idea. Corkboard or a whiteboard, probably corkboard. And so we'll just go back over it with probably very similar materials and put corkboard up there. Alright, so I think the desk slash changing table is about as good as it's gonna get for now. You can see I have my little Ring camera set up already. That's what we've used for the baby monitor down in the nursery. Sorry, out of breath, not because I just went up several flights of stairs. No, because I'm 32 weeks pregnant. And you're just always out of breath. Alright, so let's talk about some of the furniture that we got. Mama Kay and I went out and did some shopping. We really hauled it from almost 2 places, Tuesday Morning as well as Home Goods. So we got these, hold on for the lighting change here. We got these gray curtains to kind of go with the gray paint, as well as these sheer ones to let a lot of light in. Evangeline gets this lovely view of this gorgeous tree right outside her room, but it does back right onto that street and there's a bright street light, so I wanted to make sure that she had privacy, but also those nice kind of thicker ones to block out the street lights. Next, let me get you a close-up of this lovely lamp, because look at the bottom. Isn't that so cool? With these kind of crystal petals and this gold brass kind of pedestal and a nice just plain white lampshade, and it kind of goes with this marble topped little side table, which also has a gold brassy type finish on it. I never regretted getting a nice chair in the nursery, so I made sure I got another one that I really liked. This one was a Tuesday Morning find, and it is not a recliner or a rocker. It's just a normal chair and got a gold and gray and kind of cream accent pillow to go along with it. And then finally back there is the bookcase that we also got. That one was from Home Goods. So first we need to make her bed, because she's been up here playing, so I need to make her bed. I also got her a comforter at the Raylana sale. Bed frame's just from Amazon. I just wanted something cheap to get her in between toddler and like an actual twin bed, and this had decent reviews. So let's make her bed. My plan is to move any of the cardboard books, non-board books up here from down in the nursery. She still reads mostly just the board books for the safety of the books and all involved. But I thought it'd be a nice thing to have a whole new set of books up here for her to read, and we do read every night, so we need quite the collection. Not that she isn't like every child and becomes attached to like one book that you read over and over again. Right now that book is Everywhere Babies, so I read that at least 3 times a day. This book, Little Dreams, is by another wonderful creator here on YouTube who's on their infertility journey, Celeste. I'm sure most of you know her channel, but they have been through IVF and surrogacy and are still in their journey. So this book is just wonderful by itself, but the story behind the authors is just really touching. So if you haven't checked out their channel, I'll leave the link below. here's her little fledgling library. And I almost forgot, one last thing before we move on from the bookcase. I picked her up a big old train set, a wooden train set. It was actually the husband's request. That was his only one thing when we went to that consignment sale, Raylana, was he wanted a big wooden block set, or not wooden block, wooden train set if we could find it. And so we totally did, and we've been using that as a incentive toy, or just a special toy that exists up in this room to try to get her more acclimated and get some positive vibes, you know, going on with this room, so that when we do transition her up, it's not just like this whole new space she's never been in. It's a space that has the fun toys that only live up here. So I'm gonna put all of those in her toy chest. Okay, that was way faster. All right, and I think we have one last thing to do. Final thing, final little piece of decor I have. Obviously everything's a work in progress, but the final thing that we had already picked out were these little metal mesh flowers to go on the wall. And I'm debating whether or not to put them on this wall behind me where the bookshelf is, because it's kind of blank, or, hold on, back up behind the chair. I think there's a lot going on this wall, I guess, is my thought. There's the window with the curtains and the lamp and everything. So I think I'm gonna put it on that wall, just so there's something going on over here. And if I change my mind, it is literally 2 nails, so I will change it. All right, I really love how this little remodel turned out. It's not done by any means, but it is definitely usable. We want to have a nice, happy space for her to get acclimated to, so that when baby Kingsley comes and she needs to be displaced, that she will have had time to get used to this space and enjoy it. And we are looking to transition her probably 2 to 3 months after baby Kingsley's born. So we have some time, and I just wanted this to not be a construction zone, be a safe space that she can enjoy in the meantime. And like I said, there's still a few things to add, and obviously she grows, things will change, but right now it is usable, so when we need to transition her, we totally can. All right, I will do the before and after shots, but remember ladies, keep them fighting.